You are listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson.
Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast, and today is January 23rd, 2025, and what a time to be alive. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to youtube.com/hellocupcakeitsme to check out the vlog that is updated every Wednesday and Saturday, and then head on over to hellocupcakeitsme.com to give the blog some love. Make sure that you follow me on all the different social medias, and I'm now even found over at Rednote, so you can follow me over there, and there will be a link to my Redbook account in the note section. So, how is everyone doing? Speaking of Rednote, Redbook, Little Red Book, Sweet Potato app, whatever you know it as, how have you been on there? Do you like it? What are your personal thoughts and opinions? I personally love it. I think it is just an amazing platform. The Chinese people have been so warm and welcoming and just amazing. I know that it is completely controlled and monitored by their government or whatever else, but I don't care. You know, everything over here that has anything to do with Meta is completely monitored, and Facebook Messenger, if you have it on your phone, is one of the biggest security risks in the United States and quite possibly the world because of its practices and policies. So I was watching a video the other day from a cybersecurity person who was talking about, you know, just how secure or insecure is Rednote, and he said that it's more secure than having Meta. That Meta, as soon as it connects into a Wi-Fi or any kind of private network, that it automatically maps that network, tells people exactly how many devices are connected, what type of devices are connected, what type of browsers they have, contacts to their contact list, or they have access to the contact lists, text messages, and even who you are in close proximity with. And it can also get information from your network carrier and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then when you are in close proximity to another person who has Meta products on their device, all of your information goes out that way. And I was like, oh, well, great. I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have Facebook Messenger. I haven't done Threads or WhatsApp because, well, I don't understand WhatsApp, and I don't like the terms of services for Threads, but whatever. So, yeah. But Rednote has just been amazingly welcoming, and I feel like it is a historical cultural exchange between Asian, Japanese, Chinese people and the rest of the world. And they're just wholesome content creators. No drama. Just no drama. So been kind of nice. Anyways, this week has been a little bit strange and Uh, Monday, I spent 5 hours in the pool and woke up Tuesday feeling like absolute shit. I was really dizzy to the point where it was making me nauseous, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, and something in me just said, check your blood pressure. So I checked my blood pressure, and it was like 197 over 132 with 93% oxygen or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, that's what this is. I've been fighting going on losartan or any other kind of blood pressure medications for quite some time. This morning I woke up and I'm rather tired and just a little dizzy, and I found out that by checking my blood that my blood sugar is 213, which isn't surprising because I had a big bowl of ice cream last night, and that was right before bed, and then my blood pressure this morning when I woke up was 157 over 130. So I know that I have hypertension. I've been diagnosed with hypertension for years now. Like before I ever moved out of California, I was diagnosed with hypertension. So it was just like one of those, oh, okay. But I am starting to notice some more of the side effects that I didn't know were part of high blood pressure, like nosebleeds. I got my first nosebleed a couple of days ago, and I haven't had a nosebleed in years. Like, I'm talking since I was 18, 19 years old type situation. And then so that was one of the things. And then the crook of my arm in that elbow joint on my right arm has been getting really, really sore and painful. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's because I'm holding my phone too close to me and the muscles are just, not happy about it and building up lactic acids, whatever you want to call it. Because I was going to physical therapy, and she would do this scraping of the fascia, where she would just take a cup, or she would take a bone folding type tool and just run it over my arm multiple times, to the point where it felt like she was going to cut my arm off at some points. But as bad as it hurt in the moment, it took all the pain away for a while afterwards. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe that's that, because I haven't been to physical therapy in a few months. It's almost been a year now. I think the last time I went was sometime in June or July of this last year. But yeah, so I read up on some of the signs and symptoms, and that was one of them. I was like, oh, great, okay. And it said that if it gets too bad, that you're supposed to go in and get an IV flush to get all the toxins out of your system, and that your kidneys not your kidneys so much, but that your lower back will start hurting. And I have injury to my lower back now because I have compressed spine and degenerative spinal tissues and all this other stuff. So I never really pay attention to my back all that often, but when it's in the sides and coming around up to the front, I thought it could be in anything, especially with it coming up and around on the left-hand side. I thought, well, maybe it's my pancreas, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I never attributed it to high blood pressure. So now that I have done a little bit more research, a little bit more study, that is one of the things that I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. I present with this, and this. So, yeah, I really do need to start taking something to kind of balance all of that out. But I started myself on a children's chewable Tylenol low dose 81 milligram aspirin, and with my blood pressure being where it's at this morning, I probably should take another one of those. I take one at night, but yeah. So yay, getting old. But outside of my little medical update, nothing really new has been going on. Just been kind of relaxing and enjoying just doing nothing. The last 7 months the last 6 months, I should say, of 2024 really kind of kicked my ass. Not that the first 12 years of 2025 hasn't already kicked my ass too, but still, the things that are happening within the political world right now just have me scared. And I know I don't like talking about political stuff or religious stuff on my channel, but this is something I gotta talk about right now. And so, right, wrong, or indifferent, this is how I feel. And I'm sorry if you are a Republican and you like the changes that are coming, but I'm scared. I'm scared for the people in my community, and I'm scared for my family members. I'm scared for the women in my family. So, first of all, I don't like the fact that we are being removed from the World Health Organization. I think that is going to be extremely detrimental. I don't like the fact that some of the policies that protected the LGBTQIA populace have been repealed. I don't like what is happening with the probability of Medicare being cut. I don't like what is the probability of SNAP EBT benefits being cut. And it's like everyone is pro or they're anti-abortion until the baby is born, and then they want no help, they want no nothing to make sure that this child is taken care of after it's outside of the womb. And a lot of these mothers are single mothers that barely scrape by on their own, and there's a lot of contributing factors. I, for one, utilize the food banks, and I see more and more people showing up at the food bank, not just for the quote-unquote free food, but because they need it in their household. And it's not the dredges of society. This is like dad lost his job and they are now having to adjust to going to the food banks. They are now having to adjust to a different kind of lifestyle. This is elderly people who have had something happen with their pensions or just changes in their medical that they can no longer afford to go to a grocery store like they would before, because now they have higher rents, higher interest rates, and higher medical bills and everything else across the board. I am a pro Luigi supporter in the fact that if he did actually unalive that UHC CEO, that good, bad, or indifferent, I know that the guy is just doing his job, but it sent a message to everyone in the world that without these type of changes, without these type of drastic happenings, that more and more is going to be like this. And I'm sorry, I know that insurance companies are a business, but at the same time, they're a business that you pay into, that you expect to get your money back from when you need it. That's the whole point of a quote-unquote insurance company. And as a healthcare provider, they should not be able to say, no, you don't need this. No, you can't have this. No, your doctor has to send you to a specialist, and then the specialist has to do this, and then this doctor has to do that, and that doctor has to do this, and blah blah, and completely run things, run you around in circles instead of providing you with the treatments. If you do not have a medical degree, like an actual doctor's degree in medicine, you should not be able to decline or deny anything that a doctor puts through. Period. The veterans should never, ever have their medical stuff messed with or taken away from them. Period. There are so many things wrong with all of this. And now that Trump is in office, certain medications are set to be raised up to 4,200%, doing away with Biden-Harris economic, medical stuff and all this. That affects all of us at one point or another. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue. It's going to affect you. And it might not directly affect you right this second, but when you need it, it's going to affect you. And people should not have to choose between getting their medications or having to make a payment on a bill or having to buy food. And that is one of the things that is absolutely horrendous about this country and about this situation, is the fact that this is taking place. So I don't know what the answer is. All I do know is that we have 1,385 days left of this tyranny. And I hope that it passes quickly and that we can get everything said, done, and taken care of and moved on, and that we as a people can come together and heal, because this is creating a lot of trauma. This is creating a lot of mental health issues, in the fact that people who normally wouldn't have to worry about things like this are having to now worry about things like this. We're going to just, it's causing a lot of problems across the board. That's all I'm going to say. And I finished my first class of 2025, and it was on trauma-informed healing and stuff like that. So I'm actually kind of really glad that I got that kind of education and that tool set, because I deal with a lot of elderly people on a day-to-day basis, and I've been dealing a lot with people who have just traumas from either mental, physical, or psychological abuses, um, developmental trauma, in utero trauma, the whole 9 yards. And people are probably thinking, well, in utero trauma, like that's not even a thing. And actually it is. If the mother's cortisol level is really high and she has a high stress pregnancy, all of that is going to be fed into the child, and the child, when it's born, is going to have all of that like high cortisol in its system, and it's going to be in a constant readiness for fight or flight, or fight, flight, or fawn. And just a lot of stuff being weird, and just a lot of stuff right now. So what's the answer? I don't know. All that I do know is that we need to pull our collective head out of our asses and try to start focusing on ourselves, not what a political party says, not what the talking heads tell us to think, what we as human beings, what we as a collective should be doing. Because trust me, if there's any kind of massive event that happens, let's look at Southern California with the wildfires. Do you think that somebody standing there watching all of their hard work, their hopes, their dreams, all of their memories burn up, really give a damn that there's a Republican president and a Democratic governor? No. I was one of those people. When my house burned down in 2003, I did not fucking care. We were under a Democratic leader and Republican president and all this other stuff. And when my house burnt down, I didn't care who was in politics. All I cared about was, one, my family is now displaced. Two, all of our possessions, all of our hard work, all of our whatever has been completely destroyed. We have no baby pictures of my niece. We have none of our family pictures. We have none of the pictures of my sister's father when he passed, or from, we just got his ashes back when the house caught on fire. We lost all of our pets except for 3 cats, because the cats took off and then they came back later on. Some of them burned and singed in just a sorry state. But at the time we had a dog, we had 3 cats, I had 2 rats, a tarantula, we also had a raven and a possum, and all of those animals burned up in the fire, and there was nothing that we could do to save them at that time, because the house was engulfed in flames. And it was just one of those, like, damned if you do, damned if you don't situations. I ran back into the house to turn the water on, and there was very little water pressure because everyone else in the whole city was using it to battle their fires and stuff. So, there was no one there to help us. The people who helped us was FEMA. Well, FEMA doesn't exist anymore. And my family and I, we were displaced. We were homeless from October 25th to December 18th. Doesn't sound like a long time. But when you're living on the streets, sleeping in your car in Walmart parking lots, taking showers at the local college, like sneaking onto the college campus to go and take showers and do everything you can just to maintain a sense of normalcy, yeah, it is a very long time, and it is something that has caused me great amounts of stress and trauma. So just, we need to pull together as a people. We need to stop with the pettiness. We need to stop with the bullshit. We need to stop with the finger pointing and the tongue wagging and pull together. Otherwise, when it comes down to it, we are going to be separated, and it's going to be me versus you type of mentality, and we need to move past that. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say on the subject. And you might have heard that Harry Potter tone in the background. If you did, I'm sorry, I forgot to shut my phone off, but that means that I need to get going because I have to start my day, and I am going to be going to meeting up with some friends. We're going to go swimming and then maybe waddle around Goodwill or something like that afterwards. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below. And if you've listened this far, thank you so very much. And I will talk to you all next time. Stay safe. Bye.
Hey everyone, did you know that there is a new exciting book coming out by the aspiring author Michael Peterson, called Carpe Diem Scroto 365 Daily Affirmations? This book is a daily affirmation workbook that has mental health writing prompts to help you navigate your day better. With funny and witty plain English humor, you will find prompts that ask you things like talk about a time that you needed support and didn't have it. What did you do to support yourself, and what tips and suggestions would you have for others who may be going through something similar? Each day, the affirmations help to reframe things so that you can get the best out of your day. And at the end of the day, there is a journaling section to write about the day's exploits. If you would like to learn more about this fabulous book, please visit the website www.cdsthebook.com. Again, that website is www.cdsthebook.com. If you have a podcast, radio show, or would like to book Michael for an engagement, or have him on your show, please send an email to cdsbook@gmail.com or look for the media kit and other booking information on the website.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You have been listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host Michael Peterson. Please make sure to check back often as new episodes are released bi-weekly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to send a message to hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, stay happy, safe, and keep doing the best you can with what you have been given.